Yes, so we are back, part 3 of our segment here, debating about whether or not it's right to cut that check for the student athlete. And so many, it's a term that the NCAA and other schools like to use. Revisiting that last point, you said you feel a little bit, you understand the argument on both sides of the fence?
I do.
So what do you understand from the player's aspect that kind of makes you think 50-50 on that?
I mean, as a player, if I'm playing my heart out every night and I'm, getting all this money for the team, for the school or whatever, of course I'm going to want a little piece. I mean, especially the poor students that don't get the money from their parents and all that stuff to get the little extras. They can't work because they have to practice. So, they don't really have a choice. Either just be poor and stick it out or, you don't have a choice. You just got to be poor and stick it out.
Right. Or maybe, like we have our top athletes that get the scholarships. Now everyone that plays comes in on a scholarship. They come in, for the academics. So maybe that money could go towards, if the football team, let's say, is bringing in all that money, make sure every player, that's in there is getting paid to stay in school. It's going towards their tuition. And then from there, maybe, it could be out. But if you bring in this team, whether they sit on the bench or not, they're part of the team. If they do not have a scholarship, the money goes towards their tuition, split up equally. And then they might be able to go from there.
Right, because here's the thing, is what a lot of people don't realize is when you're recruited by a school to come to their university and play for them on scholarship, you're on a year-to-year basis. Essentially, you're on a one-year contract status every spring. So if you mess up academically, or you're not performing to par for what your coaches expect in the field, or you're just being a knucklehead or a teenager or whatever you want to call it, they have the right and reserve the right to dismiss you from the team without owing you any sort of apology or anything of that matter. So I just feel like with that system already in place, we should find some sort of way of compensation. Because here's the worst part. You got certain kids who are a little more advanced financially than others. Right. You got kids who come from poor backgrounds, single family homes, a lot of single family mothers. Especially in urban areas. That sort of situation where she works 2 and 3 jobs. You don't necessarily have the money to go out, to eat, do things on a day-to-day basis. So with that being said, I just feel like, he shouldn't be forced to want to sell his autograph for a couple $100 here and there, or give away a practice jersey or something. There's just got to be a better way. I feel like if we all sit down at the table, maybe come up with some sort of...
but that's the college experience. That's what it's about. Most college students have that issue.
And they did it back in the day.
Yeah, you got to make it now.
So we'll come back and just discuss that furthermore, found that out when we come back in our last session.